Whenever I do a full day of eating only processed foods, ready-made foods, foods that are higher in sodium, I always get comments like these. Nicole, that's way too much sodium. I'm gonna gain weight. I can't eat that. Or Nicole, you're gonna gain all your weight back. That's way too much sodium. Sodium causes weight gain. Well, you're right. I was wrong. Sodium does cause weight gain. I should probably just shut my whole channel down. Before I get into this video, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a girl. I lost a lot of weight. I share my experience on the internet and what works for me. That's all. When it comes to sodium causing weight gain, you are right. It does cause weight gain in the form of water weight. So what happens when you take in a lot of sodium is it causes water retention. So the number on the scale is gonna go up. Your belly's gonna be puffy. It's gonna be sticking out. You're gonna think you gained weight. The number goes up on the scale, but it's water weight. Water weight is temporary. Sodium doesn't actually cause fat gain. And that's where people are getting confused, because water weight gain and fat gain are two separate things. So I went on Google just to see what Google had to say. Does sodium cause weight gain? And it says the weight gain from eating more sodium is caused by water, not fat. There are temporary weight fluctuations. Consuming a large amount of sodium from something like salty processed foods can cause you to retain 2 or more pounds of water weight. So for example, on the day where I did my eating only frozen foods, I was eating in a calorie deficit. I'm currently eating 1,620 calories, and that's what I ate that day. Because a lot of those foods are higher in sodium, the next day I was bloated and I would be up on the scale. I know not to weigh myself after eating a lot of sodium because I know the scale's gonna be up, but that it's not fat, so I don't bother because it would just make my head go funny. But had I weighed myself, I would have been up a little bit. But I was eating in a calorie deficit. Once I go back to eating my regular diet where I do eat processed foods, but a lot of my diet is very balanced. So once I continue eating my regular diet and stay in my calorie deficit, I continue to lose fat all the time on 1,620 calories. So on days where I have a cheat day, or sometimes Kyle and I like to have salt on our popcorn at night, I know not to weigh myself the next day because the scale is gonna be a little higher. But I know the difference now, where before I did get caught in the too much sodium. And I'll tell a story in a minute about what happened to Kyle and I when we first started our weight loss journey with sodium. But I know now there's a difference. So for those of you thinking, oh no, I can't eat any of the foods that have high sodium because they're gonna cause weight gain, you are right, but that's only temporary because that's water. It will, once you go back to having regular meals, your weight will go back down again. So don't panic if you want to go out with your family and have a dinner that's a little higher in sodium. Or like me, some days, some weeks, I'm really busy and I'll just grab frozen lunches, like just the frozen healthy choice lunches. They're higher in sodium, but they help me eat in a calorie deficit and stay on track. So I'm okay with a little more sodium here and there because most of the time I'm on track with real balanced foods that balance everything out. Your body actually does need some sodium to maintain a healthy body. Kyle and I, we heard sodium causes weight gain when we first started to lose weight, and so we panicked and we took all the sodium away. We literally ate barely any sodium. And about 2 weeks after we started, we were both suffering from really bad migraines and we couldn't figure out what was wrong. So we started doing research and we realized we had cut out way too much sodium, and that was our body's way of saying, hey, we've lost the sodium we need to keep you healthy. Give me some salt. So you don't want to go too crazy with the sodium either because your body does actually need some. when I eat a day like I did with the processed foods, the frozen foods, a couple high days for me is okay because I know that I have a balanced diet most of the time. So it doesn't worry me a couple pounds of water weight. I know that I'm gonna drop that and continue losing fat because I'm always eating in a calorie deficit. I also wanna touch on carbs because I get the same comments when it comes to carbs. So before I get into the carb part, like I said before, I'm not a nutritionist or a health professional at all. When I'm talking about the sodium stuff, I'm talking about me. If you have to manage your sodium intake, always listen to your doctor. This is just strictly from my experience. So, don't copy what I'm doing or listen to me. Always consult a medical professional. And I'm also specifically just talking about the weight gain part, the water weight gain from sodium. I'm not talking about it affecting anything else. So, listen to your doctor for that. I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for over 10 years now. And I lost my weight with portion control. If you want to know the exact meals and portions that I ate to lose it, you can buy my weight loss ebook called The First 50. The link's down below, and code Nicole will save you 10% off. And if you're looking for a really good protein powder, this is HTLT Subs Casein and Whey protein powder. It's a really great blend for baking and stuff, which I like to do. This is the chocolate milkshake flavor, and we had it in our protein ice cream last night because we were craving chocolate. And then we make it even more chocolatey by putting chocolate syrup and chocolate chips on top. It's so good. And the Casein Whey blend blends amazing. You can't taste it. There's no chunkiness. You just taste the chocolate and you're like, whoa, this is great. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below for that. So I often get comments about carbs too, like I eat carbs because I eat a balanced diet. I eat everything. And I often get comments on, Nicole, that's too many carbs for me. I'm gonna gain weight eating carbs. Carbs can cause water retention, but they're not going to cause you to gain fat. What causes you to gain fat is eating in a calorie surplus. It doesn't matter what foods you eat. If you're eating in a surplus, you're gonna gain weight. If you're eating in a deficit, you'll lose weight. So it's quantity over quality when it comes to fat loss. When you eat carbs, your body takes in glycogen. On Google, what it says is, for every gram of glycogen that your body stores, it also stores 3 to 4 grams of water with it. So just like the sodium, it's basically the same concept where if I have a cheat day or I have a boost where I'm eating higher carbs that day, I don't weigh myself the next day because I know the scale's gonna be up, but that it's water weight, not actual fat. In reality, you have to eat 3,500 calories above your maintenance calories in order to gain just 1 pound of fat. So if you go out and you have a higher carb meal with your family, or it's movie night and you take in some extra carbs, don't weigh yourself the next day thinking that, I gained weight. It's water weight. If you're in a calorie deficit and you're consistent with it, the weight will eventually come off, and that's what I know about myself. I am consistently eating 1,620 calories a day. So if the scale is up one day, I know it's probably because I ate a little more carbs in my calorie deficit or a little more sodium, and keep going because eventually the scale will go down because I am eating in a calorie deficit. To sum this video up, carbs and sodium will not cause you to gain fat. They will cause some water retention, so be careful with who you listen to if they're telling you that this is gonna cause fat gain, and just be careful when you weigh yourself, because if you took in some extra sodium or carbs, the scale might be up the next day, but that doesn't mean you gain fat. It could actually just be water weight. Remember that weight loss is calories in, calories out. It doesn't matter what you eat to lose weight. It's about how much. So as long as you're eating just a little bit less every day and being consistent with that, you are going to eventually get the results you want. You just have to be consistent. Enjoying carbs and sodium is not gonna cause the fat gain. Eating in a surplus will. So I hope this helped anybody that's getting confused. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Honey, remember, like what you eat and eat in a calorie deficit, okay? We're out.
See ya.
Bye. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.